Zanzibar is a semi-autonomous island off the coast of Tanzania. The moment I got to Stone Town, its capital, I met someone who started telling me about it.
In Stone Town, there are so many things to see. For example, we have dhows. You can go to the dhow place to see a lot of dhows, understand? And then we have got, let's say, the old market to see different kind of spices, fish, and some vegetable, understand? And then in Stone Town, we've got the old door of the Stone Town, which is very interesting, understand? We've got the fish market, which is very interesting, understand, brother?
Here's Eddie, and this is his pitch.
So the Stone Town is more interesting when you have someone to explain to you and to show you around.
There are quite a few cats, but very few dogs. I was told that Muslims believe that if a dog licks you, you have to clean yourself 7 times before you pray again. No idea if this is true.
We've got paracuda, changu, this kind of saladines, different kind of fish.
And then they sell it at the markets at night?
And then people coming to buy here and people going to sell to the other area. There are some, even a bicycle man selling fish on the street. Yeah, we have a lot of bicycle people here collecting fish, and then they make papa, papa. Yeah, to wake up people, hey, I'm passing with the fish. People coming out from their house and buy the fish from them.
This discount Eddie Murphy is pulling a pretty routine anti-service. You take a picture and then you're asked for money. Sometimes it's easier to just give in. It's a small price to pay for being made fun of. Zanzibar teems with life, so many fish, plants, things to eat. The people are like professional socializers in Stone Town, greeting one another at every corner. It's like an endless hustle, but it's almost always in good spirit. Zanzibar has a deeply colonialized past as it was occupied by Arabs, Persians, the Portuguese, and the Omanis. Anyway, the fish are prepared in the markets, often in the shish kebab form for sale later in the day and night. And despite a dark history, things were all gravy with Eddie showing me around. He took me to an old dispensary that was never finished. The town hosts a music festival nearby with bands from all over the world. I guess I don't have too much more to say about fish and markets. One day I met a man from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, that told me he would do anything for an American passport. I recently learned that only 36% of Americans have passports. It's crazy to think that so many people have incredible access to the world, but don't necessarily endeavor to see it. Sometimes it's overwhelming to know how many types of lifestyles exist, to know that our little realities are so small. And even zooming out of that, there's no reason we live in the eras that we do. There's nothing deterministic about living in the 21st century. We didn't negotiate any of this before we were born. It's baffling to consider how much tragedy and inhumanity can exist somewhere so plush and beautiful. I can't imagine being chained in the dungeons of Zanzibar awaiting the sale of my existence while looking out a sliver of a window at a paradise outside. It's easy to forget that though the world is bad, it used to be so much worse.
And these are shellfish, the big shell. And we have the easy bladder, mussels fish, small shell. These are tuna fish. And we have
Many nights ended with a little tangowizi. It's the Swahili word for ginger. The man serving it has been doing so for about 30 years. The beauty of history is that some of the best innovations come from our strife. This little glass of tea may as well represent ages of power struggle and delight, squeezed into a tiny little cup for an aloof suburban-grown, domesticated American like me. Be sure to go to Zanzibar if you ever get the chance.